Madhuji has a book, and it's about copycat feminism.
No, it's Beyond Copycat Feminism, Indic Perspectives on Women's Issues.
Indeed. So it's about copycat feminism, but I'm going to hand over to Madhuji to explore the idea with you, perhaps share it, and then we'll move to launch it in a few moments. Madhuji, you have 3.5 minutes if you'd like to talk about the book.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to give me this bonus.
We are ahead of time.
Okay.
It's working really well. I'm very happy with my role.
We're 20 minutes behind time.
Okay. This book entitled Beyond Copycat Feminism, Indic Perspectives on Women's Issues, is a collection of my essays written over several, maybe 3 decades or more. I've taken select ones which are still relevant and which still would make sense to today's readers. The reason I've called it Beyond Copycat Feminism is because right from the very start, inception of Manushi in 1978-79, I've had to battle this very enslaving version and India-bashing version of feminism. Because along with the birth of Manushi, we also witnessed another phenomena, which is the onset of foreign-funded NGOs, especially feminist NGOs, and foreign funding agencies, the Ford Foundations and the HEVOs and the name it, and you have them all in India. And the kind of feminism they brought into this country was typically follow us and that's where your liberation lies, even if they were messing up their own lives. They've got such elan and confidence, Western feminists, that they think the nirvana of women of the world lies in just following the trajectory that they have gone through. Now, my experience was that our society is very different. We have many serious challenges, and I'm not one of those who likes to pretend all is hunky-dory. But how to solve those problems and how to identify those problems, real from the phony ones. For example, percentage of women in the workforce. To me, it's a phony one. When there are jobs and women want them, they will take them. They don't need Madhu Kishwar's sermons, and they don't need Ford Foundation or the World Bank to come and tell them, go take a job. They do come when they need a job and a job is available. So either increase the availability of jobs, or if women don't want them, then don't force them and don't guilt trip them. But on many issues, this kind of conflict kept happening. Not only that, even the kind of articles that would come to Manushi, and as an editor, if I rejected a poem or an article or something, the person would get outraged and say, how can you say no to my article? But it's a feminist view of XYZ. And I'd have to say, okay, feminist may be, but is it sensible? Have you got the facts right? Are you really telling the truth about the situation? Have you done your homework? Do you know what's actually happening at the ground? Not enough to throw feminist jargon at readers. And finally, when I got tired of being bulldozed and bullied, I had to write one of my most controversial and most celebrated essays, Why I Do Not Call Myself a Feminist. But along with it went a rider that I don't accept any ism, because isms is typical of cultures that believe in conversions. It's, either you are a Christian or you're not. If you're not, you go to hell. Either you are a Muslim or not. If not, then hell. But we don't do that. That's not how we. Whether you are a feminist or not doesn't matter to us. Whether you talk sense or not, whether you're honest to your life, whether you know how to treat other women with dignity. These are important. So all the issues at which feminist organizations or feminist voices, I kept having to put question marks or interpret issues differently. I have collected a whole lot of those essays to show that there are more sensible ways of dealing with women's issues than is being done by those who copycat all problems and solutions. And my typical phrase for them is, बुखार उनको जुकाम उनको वहाँ लगता है, छींके यहाँ मारने लगती है हमारी फेमिनिस्ट, बारिश वहाँ होती है, छाता यहाँ ले लेती हैं. अरे, deal with your problems on merit and face them head on, but please don't import problems, and please don't practice, that's what I say, export quality activism that we have. Imported ideology and export quality activism. So if a riot takes place in Meerut, you don't go to Meerut to solve the problem, to bridge divides. You run to Columbia University to talk about it, even if you haven't been to Meerut. Let's not do this export quality activism and with imported ideology. That's really basically the theme of the book.